The Las Vegas Raiders get a day off for good behavior or just good play. I don't know for what. But the Las Vegas Raiders were not in training camp today. We will break down the winners and the losers from the past 2 days. This is not my opinion. This is a report that I wrote. Want to get y'all's opinion. But let's break it down. Let's get into it. Shout out to the peeps in the building. Let's get unleashed.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea, with a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Hey, that fire still burns bright here in Las Vegas.
And one future.
Boys,
Talk about commitment to excellence, just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider. You walk in this building, you can feel it.
It starts with our DNA, ill intent, physicality.
7 memorable decades, 30 Pro Football Hall of Famers, 25 postseason victories, 5 AFL and AFC championships, and 3 Super Bowl titles. Though names, faces, and locations have changed, one constant remains: the unyielding will to win.
Yo, what's good? Welcome, family, everybody in the building. Shout out, man. The Raiders get a day off, like I said. Who's in the building? Let's pull everybody up. Chat lives matter. The Green Tree First Gang, appreciate everybody. Unleashed Raider, thanks for being the first one in the building. Hawaiian Candy, appreciate you. What's good? Geo Mex, my guy. What's good, man? What is good? Bark at the Moon, doggy, rest in peace, Ozzy. Yeah, that was, man, that's horrible. Horrible news. The Hulkster, Ozzy within the, 2 days, 3 days. Just horrible. Lawrence, my guy, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up. So, let's get into it, man. There was a report that came up. Well, where is the report? Yeah, so there was a report that came out, said winners and losers. They have a list of winners and losers. So I want to know what y'all think about this, and who is y'all's winners and losers so far. I know it's only been 2 days in camp, but throughout, the mini camp, whether it's one of the rookies, whether it's one of the veterans stepping up, whether it's one of the guys not under contract who's been stepping up, or one of the centers who has been making noise. We'll get into that. But first on the list for winners and losers, they had winner, of course, Dante Thornton Jr. I mean, that's obvious. Who can't agree with that? If you can't agree with that, let me know. I think he scored a touchdown pretty much every day they've been throwing the ball out there for the last 2 days. One-on-one drills, scoring every time. It's been special. It's been a long time since, I don't think we ever had a guy that tall, that fast, that can hold on to the ball, that can catch the ball. Shout out Darius Hayward-Bay. So, yeah, number one. Number two was Jacorian Bennett. Now, I know we've talked about Jacorian Bennett. Marcus Banks was good. Appreciate you. And I hate to keep bringing this up, but there's not a lot to talk about. We'll get into some more funner stuff here in a bit, so stay tuned. You know, if you bleed silver and black or in a diehard Raider, you're going to love a little bit of the history. So we're going to get into that. Stay tuned, stay tuned. So, Jacorian Bennett, man, now I read the report yesterday. A couple different people said he feels like Jacorian Bennett is the odd man out. Billy D, what's good, what's good? Now, I just don't see it. I don't see it. You know, I think they're kind of just nursing the injury. At least I'm hoping. I'm hoping, right? A third round pick, you know, a guy that hasn't been able to stay healthy. Can he put it all together this year? I don't see the Raiders moving on from JB unless, you know, some crazy trade offer comes calling. But I don't see that happening, right? If he's not making noise out there. And I was mistaken yesterday saying he was running with the twos. I guess he's been running with the twos, threes, and a little bit with the ones. So, correct myself. I made a mistake. He hasn't just been running with the twos. It's been 1, 2s, and 3s. But running with the 3s, man, that's a lot. And there's not, you know, there's a couple of guys that only been running with the 1s. And maybe a little bit with the 2s. So, you know, that's crazy news. I don't want Jacorian Bennett going nowhere. I want to see what the kid can do with them healthy. We know the injury story from last year. And I think this is being a little bit harsh on Jacorian Bennett. You know, we talked about the size. Is Pete Carroll really that nitpicky where, you know, if this guy's out there making plays, which we haven't heard anything from Jacorian Bennett, I brought to light the fact that, you know, not meaning to, but that he got cooked, right, by Dante Thornton. But everybody has out there. Like, there's not a defensive back out there that hasn't been cooked by Dante Thornton so far. So, you know, I think it's way too early, 2 days in pads, to call anybody a loser. I think that's way too harsh. This is not, again, not my opinion. This is just a report. And, you know, I thought I'd bring it to light and see what y'all's take is, what you think, and how you feel about it. So let me know in the comments. But Jacorian Bennett, man, I think, you know, it's been rough on him. And I hope he stays out of the media because, you know, everybody's been on Jacorian like flies on shit lately. And, you know, I guess rightfully so, right? If you're not out there making noise in camp and a lot of people say you're not standing out or not even making flashes and you're the odd man out and it's not just 1 or 2 reports, it doesn't look good. And it's not really all on Jacorian Bennett. It's the fact that Greedy Vance is out there making plays. DeCamarion Richardson's out there making plays. You know, Eric Stokes out there making plays. So it's a rough go. Ruiz, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you dropping in. You know, it's a rough go for these guys out here, and it's a true camp battle, and I think that's a lot more of what we're seeing than what we're hearing in the reports, in my opinion. But next up, big winner was Jonah Lalu. And I gotta find this damn report. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so Jonah Lalu. I mean, we all know he's the hometown boy, right? SB Nation, Silver and Black, Pride. Jesus, which one was it? You know, I've talked about it a lot. We all know he's the hometown boy. But what he's been doing in the community, he even got a shout out from, you know, Sandra Douglas Morgan, or however you say it. You know, shout out to the Queen up there recognizing players, hometown kids. So, you know, his name is in the limelight a little bit right now. And I hope it's not a bad thing for him because, as he said, struggling with the imposter syndrome, and believing like he shouldn't be in the NFL, right? And he does, you know, he's not good enough. And when people compliment him, he takes it bad. So I hope it does. You know, I hope this is not a negative thing for him, and I hope it really, you know, just brings to light that we are behind Jonah Lalu, right? So, shout out big winner Jonah Lalu. You know, doing big things in the community. If you didn't watch it, if you haven't seen his press conference, let me know. We'll pull that up because it's worth pulling up and watching. And I think the sky's the limit for this young man. I really, really do. We've heard Patrick Graham talk about him, Robbie Leonard, talk about him. Max Crosby's talked about him. So when Max Crosby's bringing you up and talking about you, you know something's going on. Something's going right? Man, where the hell did this damn shit go? Well, hell. Anyway, but yeah, man. So, shout out to Jonah Lalu. Also, the biggest one of all, and this is gonna shock a lot of people. Leaky, my guy, what's good? Their report says Jordan Meredith. I mean, not Jordan Meredith. JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson, is the biggest loser in camp so far. Now, I talked about it yesterday, and the day before, where it's been talks where, they're just trying to get first and second string quarterback acclimated with each other, right? Get them a little first team reps. Make sure you have a backup that's prepared. But that doesn't seem to be the case. The talks are getting louder. The smoke is it's getting bigger. And there might be a competition here. There might be a competition going on between JPJ and Jackson Powers Johnson. And Jordan Meredith. Which could be a good thing and a bad thing. Because if he's just getting second team reps at center and they're not playing him at any of the guard positions, do they already have the guard positions locked down? Or do they already have the guys they think are going to take those jobs battling and JPJ is not in the picture? These are questions in my mind. Let me know what y'all think. I don't think he's going anywhere. The guy's the first one in the building, the last one to leave. He's been working his ass off with Max Crosby nonstop. So, to me, how do you possibly not have the most aggressive, youngest, feistiest guy out there somewhere on the offensive line? But let me know your thoughts. Is there a scenario? Do y'all feel there's a scenario where JPJ might be the backup center and not a guard at all? It wasn't a Pete Carroll pick. It wasn't a Spytech pick. Do they have a different idea? Pete Carroll said Jordan Meredith is the perfect size to play center. He has the height, he has the weight, he has the strength, he has the mobility, and he's vocal out there. Is that a sign? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Hit those like buttons. What's good? Leaky T, appreciate you popping in, my guy. AOC always shines with the seconds. So does Trey Tucker, especially preseason. If Bennett can't shine with the thirds, right? That's I think you said it best, my guy Gio. I think subject is closed, right? Bottom line right there. And we've seen how this coaching staff has been. They're pretty much bottom line with everything, right? They're not messing around. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, why does it look like shit? What happened to my green screen? If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, down the road, right? They're not afraid to pull the trigger, make you walk the plank. So, yeah, that's a damn good point. If you're on the thirds and you're still not shining, damn. That's Cam Miller, right? You got Cam Miller, who's won a lot. Nothing against Cam Miller. No knock on Cam Miller. Cam Miller's a winner, and, he could be special in this league. We don't know. But already out there, and you're still not shining, again, there's no physicality, really. You can't really tackle nobody. yet. I think tomorrow might be a little bit more physical. We shall see. But it's a couple days before they can start, actually starting to bump around. But it doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good for Ja'Cory Bennett. And again, it might be the scenario where, maybe him and Pete Carroll don't vibe, or they're not on the same page, or, maybe he's in his head because he's running with the 2s or the 3s. And maybe that's hurting him or holding him back. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not in practice. From what I heard in practice, he's not standing out. And if you're the smaller guy out there in a Pete Carroll system where everybody's 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", and runs 4.3 40s, I mean, you got to do something to stand out, right? You got to do something. So, Corey Bennett, man, come on, let's go. But again, I don't see him going nowhere. But again, you can only keep 6 guys, right? I'm gonna keep building the mystery. Who's excited for some football tomorrow, man? Tomorrow, the lightning bugs, right? Trey Lance starting over. Who'd my guy ECG say was the best backup quarterback in the AFC West? I forgot his name. They're starting Trey Lance. Wild, just wild. Couple days till practice, then not far till the preseason. Yes. August 7th. We play Seattle. Geno gets to go home and doesn't get to play. It's gonna be rough. We heard Pete Carroll say it's gonna be a lot of Aiden O'Connell. He's not afraid to play Aiden O'Connell. I love that fact. I love the fact Aiden O'Connell. So winners and losers for me, man. I'm going to say this. Anybody that's still on this team and hasn't been cut right now, you're a winner in my book. Pete Carroll runs a very tight camp. You have to be smart. You have to be physical. You have to know your role. If you're not doing your 111, you're going to stand out. And according to reports, Agent Zero, it's the only way he's been standing out, man. So I hope the reports are wrong. I hope the rumors are wrong. And I hope he finds a place on this spot, because I don't want to see the Raiders constantly give up on 3rd-round picks, 2nd-round picks, 1st-round picks. Tyree Wilson. So, man, step up your game, bro. Step up your game. The Lions against the who gives a shits. Oh, wait, that's who's playing? The Lions and the Chargers? I don't even know, bro. I'm not. It's if the silver and black, if the Raiders aren't playing, I watch other games, but I don't know who's playing, like, until I click through the channels. The who gives a. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit telling, right? We get to see the depth of the Chargers. It's good we get to see them out there, see what it looks like for the young guys they brought in, see what Omarion Hampton looks like, if he gets out there, which I can't imagine why he wouldn't, right? You got to see what the young kid has in pads and full contact. So it's a good game to watch when the Raiders aren't playing, man. I'm definitely going to tune in, kind of see what they got going on. Of course, it ain't going to be anything telling for the season for the Raiders or the coaching staff, but it'll be fun to watch. Should be fun to watch. What else is in the news? Oh, Horror Fanatic Lance, what's good? I heard the same thing, that Meredith is the big body. He's listed at 6'2" and 3/4, 302 pounds. JPJ is 6'3", 228, a bit taller, and definitely weighs more. I know he's bigger. I get it, and I appreciate the stats. Let me put that up there so everybody else can read. And you would think JPJ is more physical. I mean, he showed it last year, right? Jordan Meredith played well. He had a damn good grade. I talked about it, right? He was in the top 10. Some had him in the top 5 best guards left and right, because he played both sides. 4 games and 4 games, I do believe. So, he was graded a top 5 guards in the NFL. Why? I don't know why they want to mess with that. But there has to be something more behind it. Kind of like the Diddy story. I mean, the Christian Wilkins story. There has to be something more behind it. That they're not telling us, right? I don't know what it is or what's going on, but he's not getting reps at guard. And that, Furpo, Raiders, that's what's scary to me, is why is he not getting reps at guard? Right? He talked about it on the Max Crosby show, how this is the first year ever in his career where he can hone in on one position, where he can focus on that one position. It's never happened, right? This is the year. I mean, he's still running with the 2, so it's still that one position. But if they don't plan on playing him at guard and Meredith beats him out, that's not a good sign, man. It's not a good sign at all. Not a good sign at all. My God, Furpo. But yeah, that's a big difference, right? That's a big difference. A 1/4 inch, I don't think really matters. But 226 pounds matters a lot. And I think JPJ said he dropped, I don't know, is that current? Because I think he said he dropped 15 pounds in the offseason. But still, he's more physical. Maybe, like I said, maybe Meredith is, maybe Meredith is more athletic. Maybe he's a little stronger. Maybe that's why JPJ has been in there working out, trying to get stronger with Max Crosby the whole offseason, every single day. Maybe that's the reason. Meredith does kind of have that, Richie Incognito build where, he can't put his arms down, right? Walks like he's a badass. He does kind of have that build. And with the mustache he was rocking the other day, I don't know, bro. But, man, I like Jordan Meredith. I was rooting for Jordan Meredith when he was on the bench. When we first brought him in, I was like, man, our offensive line is horrible. Why do we not have this guy playing more? Put him out there. He finally got out there because of injury, and he hasn't looked back, man. So I believe he's got to be on the offensive line and JPJ. Now, I don't know what this dude's, thinking or smoking, saying that the losers are Jackson Powers Johnson just because he's getting second team reps. I don't think he's looking into the whole, the whole picture, right? He's only seeing through half the glass. Obviously, like I said, they're just trying to get him acclimated, and I hope that's the case. But there could be more to it, a lot more to it. And as it's gone this offseason, there's been a lot more to every story that had just a little bit of smoke, right? Just a little tiny bit. We still don't know all the stories yet. Shout out to the 9 people in the building. All right, let's get into this. So, those are my winners, man. The whole entire team, offense and defense, everybody's been out there grinding. I've heard nothing but good things about everybody. Standout winners to me is obviously Jonah Lalu. It's obviously Jordan Meredith, right? If he's, getting considered first team reps at center and he's never played the position before, says a lot about the way he's grinding, his work ethic, and, the way the coaching staff believes in this young man also. So, shout out to Jordan Meredith. My sleeper still is Zamir White. Coach keeps saying he's running hard. He's strong. He's physical. He looks faster. He's lost a little bit of weight. And I want to see what he can do in preseason, man. I really, really do. So that's my guys on the offense. Defense is, Jonah Lalu, D-Cam. Obviously D-Cam. And Lonnie Johnson, man. Lonnie Johnson has continued to constantly make plays without pads, with pads. This man has been all over the place. So, shout out to Lonnie Johnson. Keep grinding, man. I would think the longer JPJ works with Max Crosby, he should eventually pass Meredith, you would think. I mean, that's the problem. You would already think, right, that he's already past Meredith. There shouldn't be talk when we have a guy like Will Putnam, who is our backup center or was our backup center last year, who can play the position, who's played the position his whole life. He's got, awards in college at the position like JPJ. And I've said it before, like if you put him out there and give him more reps, and maybe he just, doesn't have the athleticism or the leadership or whatever, but I know he has that toughness, right? He was that guy fighting with Robert Spillane in practice last year where Max Crosby and the whole defense jumped in. So he's got that fire in him. I don't know why he's out there and why he's not out there and why they're going with Meredith, except for the fact that Meredith has to be showing something out there. That's the only thing I could think of. So you would think, and it's already, been projected. They pretty much said on the Max Crosby show he was the center, he was the starter, that was his job. Maybe it had something to do with that show, right? Maybe him saying that it was his job and he felt like he was the starter. Maybe they're going to question it. I don't know, but it just doesn't seem like all the pieces to the puzzle are together. If there's still a lot of rumbling about Meredith, battling for a job. I thought it was just, like I said, training, right? You got to get reps. You don't want your center to get hurt or, maybe a guard get hurt or something and they have to move JPJ over and they want to throw Meredith, in at center. You don't want it to be the first time, right? The first time he's ever had reps or the first time he's played center. So I think they're just trying to see, if he can play the position. I think that's all it is. But if there's something more to it, you will find out here first. Raiders Unleashed. All right, share screen. There's a lot of screens. I believe this one. All right, no, not that one. With all the ads, Jesus. You're not gonna let me go through it? Suck a dick. Alright. I'm probably not gonna be able to show this. Alright, so they are trying to come up with the 2000 Raiders All-Century team. Now, I don't know where to find this or who has made the list, right? I was looking. I can't find it. But the vote is... To go back up, don't quit showing that damn ad. We're getting closer to wrapping up the Oakland Las Vegas Raiders 2000 All-Century team, as the secondary is starting to take shape with the first safety spot up for grabs in today's poll. The nominees are Michael Huff, who is one of the most underrated corners for the Las Vegas Raiders, in my opinion. Nobody ever talks about Michael Huff, what he did for the Las Vegas Raiders in 7 years. I believe, 13 interceptions? I don't know. I think the stats are on here. We'll get into it. Charles Woodson and Tyvon Branch. How many people remember Tyvon Branch? And Michael Huff? And if you do, did they play together? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments below. All right. A couple of housekeeping items. Woodson was nominated at cornerback for his tenure with the Las Vegas Raiders from 2000 to 2005. So this poll is focused on his second stint in Oakland. Second stint only, right? Not the first one. From 2013 to 2015, when he returned to the team and played safety. Also, we'll be doing 2 safety polls. So the 2 losers will have the second chance to make the all 2000 teams. So there'll be 2 more polls. So if you haven't already, check this out. Go to SB Nation. Cast your vote, man. If you're a Raiders fan, this is serious stuff. You don't want the wrong guys. being voted to our all 2000 century team, right? So you have a chance to be heard. Go be heard, man. Go be heard. Let's get into it. Number 1, Michael Huff, 2-4. Why does everybody get... Can we just retire jerseys, man? Please. Start retiring jerseys. Mark Davis. Tom Brady, can you convince him? Please. Pete Carroll, somebody. Man. I know we do our guys very, very well, but... Oh, I better stop showing that before I get jacked up. All right. Raiders stats. Michael Huff. 441 tackles. 19 tackles for a loss. 11 interceptions. I was off. 13 pass defense. 5.5 sacks in 108 games. 7 seasons for the Raiders. I was right there. Accolades. Second team All-Pro 2010. I'm going to read this. The number 7 overall pick. I should have asked that question. I bet none of y'all probably knew. How many of y'all knew that he was a 7th overall pick like Tyree Wilson? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. The 7th overall pick for the 2006 NFL draft. The Texans produced a fresh off the national championship heading to the Raiders. His ball skills stood out with the silver and black as he ranked in the top 25 in franchise history for interceptions and is 3rd for passes defended. Additionally, Huff recorded double digits pass breakups in 3 out of his 7 seasons with the Raiders. His best overall performance came in 2010, totaling 95 tackles, 7 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 7 pass defended to earn some postseason recognition. I think it was the Pro Bowl was his postseason recognition. Next up on the list, Tyvon Branch. So, Michael Huff, Tyvon Branch. Rocking that 3-3. Anybody know who's wearing 33 right now? Let me know in the comments below. I'll give you a hint. I think he was just brought in. Wait, right? Shit, I don't know. Oh, fuck. All right, so my guy, 475 tackles. Yes, 475 tackles. 25 tackles for a loss, 4 interceptions, 33 pass defended, 9 sacks in 75 games and 7 seasons with the Los Angeles Raiders. Holy shit. Which Raiders? No, Oakland, right? Yeah, Oakland. Gotta be Oakland. Oh, it says right here. Shit. As Huff's running mate for 5 years, Branch provided a solid... See, there's the answer to your question right there. How many of y'all got it right? I can't see the comments. I'll get to them in a minute. I should stop asking questions when I can't see the comments. All right, so... Wait, let me try this one more time. Oh, that's better. That's not better. It all disappeared. Alright, so they won't let me do it. Alright. Fuck. Alright. There we go. Try this again. As Huff's running mate for 5 years, Branch provided a solid, strong safety in Oakland. From 2009 to 2011, he had 3 consecutive triple-digit tackles. That's right. Who else had... Why am I asking all these questions? Does anybody know? Who else had triple-digit tackles last season? 2 guys. Triple-digit campaigns. He was just shy of making it 4 in a row. by racking up 94 tackles in 2012. As a result, he ranks 8th in franchise history with 367 solo tackles. That's a dog right there. That's a dog. Whew. Next on the list, C to the wood, Charles Woodson. Can you send me some of that whiskey, man? I will promote it. I will. My son will drink it. I'll try it. I'm just saying. Just saying. Shout out to Woodson Whiskey. Raiders stats. This is only 2 years, so don't trip out, right? 284 tackles in 2 years? Is that right? 284 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, 10 interceptions, 5 pass breakups, 3 sacks. Oh, 3 season, 48 games. My bad. Okay, that seems a little better. I was like, damn. Can we get another Charles Woodson? All right, so cast your vote. Let me know in the building. Who? Who can it be now? Who is yours? Who is your number one? Who is your number one? Woodson, a Cleveland Brown now. Oh, don't be like that. Don't. Furpo. Don't be like that. He owns part of a franchise, but he will always be a Raider, even though he went to Green Bay. Well, at least for me. 2-4 will always be Charles Woodson's number, in my opinion. What else we got? Damn, ain't nobody comment. Where's everybody at tonight? Somebody else on? Raiders need to shine in the twos. Oh, with the twos. Yes, we need depth. Our depth definitely needs to step up. That's why I think you can't get rid of a guy like Ja'Cory Bennett, right? We need guys that can come in if guys get hurt. We need guys that can come in dime packages. We need guys that can come in nickel packages. You know, if they're on the field getting dog walked, drugged down the field, right? You can't keep the same guy out there over and over and over and over again. If the dude can't breathe, then he's getting worked, 10 yards here, 15 yards here. Like, you got to have people you can bring in and out. And that's how teams make playoffs and win championships. It's not about how you start. It's who helps you finish. Who helps you finish. I'm not sure they'll both be playing in the preseason. I'm sure that will decide it. I hope so. And I hope really, really quick. But, if he doesn't play in the preseason, if JPJ doesn't play in the preseason, to me that says he's a starter, right? There's no reason to put him out there, risk injury. But I really want to see Will putting him out there in the preseason, man. I want to see this guy get some snaps. Got to get some snaps. Horror Fanatic says Woodson was definitely best, but the Raiders should have kept him. His best years was in Green Bay. That's a huge fact. 100% preaching truth on the channel like we love to do over here. People in the building, like, subscribe, follow if you don't already. Tickle that noti button to turn it on. It's the notification bell. Let you know when we drop live videos or go live like this. But, however, man, what could Charles Woodson's career been if he stayed with the Raiders? Would it have been better? Would he been because he'd have been a standout? They had a lot of dogs in Green Bay. But he also, did a lot better over there. So, man, what the Raiders could have been if Seawood would have stayed a Raider. One thing Al Davis. Sorry, Al. Sorry. One thing Al Davis probably kicking himself every day still in his grave or wherever he's at in Raiders paradise, resting in peace. Getting rid of Charles Woodson, man, that was huge mistake. Huge mistake. However, I bet most of y'all know the Raiders couldn't afford to keep him. They couldn't afford. They had to let him go. They didn't have a choice. Move that comment off the screen, Rebel. I don't know how. There. Why? You can now see what you're saying. What? Alright, got you. Alright, what else we got? Rick, my guy, appreciate you popping in. Everyone is live tonight? Oh, well, that's why nobody's in here. They should have just hit me up and collabed, man. But it's all good. What else we got? "24 might be the Raider. Do you like, but Seawood was a brown cow now unless he signs cards or jerseys." I guess you're right. I mean, all his work and his attention will be over there. But is he just a part owner that, doesn't have to do shit? Like Tom Brady? Just make money because you're part of it? We'll see. But I know Charles Woodson's going to have his hands all up in there. And, it's a horrible thing that the Raiders didn't offer it to him, or he didn't try, or whatever the case is. Maybe it was too much money. Maybe he didn't have enough. I don't know. But you would think, man. You would think. With Tom Brady buying into the Raiders, Richard Seymour buying into the Raiders, which we seem to forget and not talk about a lot, that Richard Seymour is still part minority owner. Tickle the naughty button. Furpo. Children watch this show. Actually, nobody watches this show. Nobody. So yeah, man, let's get into some Raiders history. Thought it was pulled up. It's not. Oh my goodness. Everything I turn on is damn Hulk Hogan. Stop. Stop with that. What? Alright, 1 second. What the flip is going on here? Say Raiders defensive backs, bro. Not the whole damn team. Jeez Louise. Alright, I guess it's not going to pull that up either. Alright, so who is your all-time Raiders defensive lineup? Let me know. We'll go through each one. Y'all can comment if you want to. Comment if you don't. Let's see what they have up here. The Raiders have a rich history. No! With many great players who have worn the silver and black, past and present. Trying to come up with the all-time defensive lineup for the Raiders is like, what? It's like going to a Miss Universe pageant. What does that got to do with the Raiders? Sorry, that stumped me for a minute. Only being able to pick 11 girls to take to the after party. Okay, that changes a little bit. There are so many options, so many players over the years. I decided to go with the nickel defense base. The Raiders have had plenty of defensive backs and that have contributed to the franchise. I will also add current players to the all-time list because I'm trying to field a solid 11-man team. Let's look at the team. All right. Defensive end. Who's y'all's defensive end? All-time starter. They have Greg Townsend. Can't go wrong with Greg Townsend. Can't go wrong with Greg Townsend. Greg Townsend was a 4th-round pick from TCU in 1983. He had a wonderful 10-year career with the Oakland Raiders. 109 sacks that puts him in the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Damn good numbers, right? Damn good numbers. 1/3 of his career tackles were sacks. That's ridiculous, bro. A third of your career tackles were sacks. Absolutely devastating, bro. Townsend was a dog. He managed to catch 3 interceptions and score 4 touchdowns. Max Crosby, you need to step up game. I'm just saying, man. Come on. How many interceptions you got, Max? How many touchdowns? Come on, man. Just trying to fire him up. One day, Max Crosby gonna see me and be like, "Is that Raiders Rebel?" Try to do his jiu-jitsu boxing shit on me. He was able to get to the quarterback often, and it's important if you are playing a nickel defense or a cover 3. Definitely a cover 3. Townsend would be an excellent choice for the defensive team, right? Next up, defensive end, Howie Long. How do y'all feel about this? Howie Long over Max? Scary sight for any quarterback would be Howie Long, number 75. My favorite player of all time. Has always been somebody that I looked up to. Anytime you could hear that man talk back in the day, I was listening. The Raiders rap. Howie Long was spitting bars before Max Crosby was a twinkle in daddy's eye. How many of y'all remember to Raiders rap? Y'all remember that? Let me know in the chat. Can I get a thumbs up? Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Yes or no? If not, I'm going to find it and play it. That shit is hilarious. Long recorded 84 sacks. And according to the Pro Football Hall of Fame website, that doesn't count for the 7.5 sacks he recorded his rookie year before sacks became official, which would put him at, 91.5? He won a Super Bowl with the Raiders and was voted 8 Pro Bowls. Long and Howie Long would make life a lot easier for the following defensive tackles. Anybody want to guess who's on this defensive tackle list? I can still see part of the chat. I need to move these over somehow. Alright. Y'all want me to pull it up? Or y'all don't care? Because I'll pull it up if y'all want. But if not, I'm just going to read it to you. So, let me know. Who's your defensive tackle? Who would your defensive tackle be? Lyle Alzado? Woo! With Greg Townsend? Howie Long? I'm taking that all day. So they have Big Glock. Big Glock. Anybody know who Big Glock is? It's Chester McLaughlin, man. Chester McLaughlin. which is surprising a little bit to me. But Chester was a dog, bro. Absolute dog. If we have anybody on this team that could be like Chester McLaughlin, it's Jonah Lalu. I really see that. I see that a lot. If he can get that, you know, out of his head. A player that could definitely be a dominant force in the middle and just destroy people, man. He showed signs of it last year. A lot of signs. But anyways, love him or hate him, Chester McLaughlin was a bad man. That's all true talk. He was a force in the middle and was one of the best in the league when he wanted to be. Well, that's the problem. That's the big problem. With Long and Townsend on the outside, McLaughlin would be a dominating force in the middle. He recorded 39.5 sacks and was a 4-time Pro Bowler. Finding a partner in the middle for McLaughlin wasn't easy, but I think I found the perfect man for the job. Anybody want to guess who it is? Anybody want to guess who it is? All right. He is part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. A dominating force who wore number 92. It's Richard Seymour. It's Richard Seymour. That's a nasty defensive front. Ooh, wee, bro. Okay, I went a little crazy. Little crazy, which these guys didn't all play together, and said the Raiders last year could possibly have the best defensive line in the history of the Raiders. And that was a very big possibility. However, everybody got hurt. But damn, I might have forgot some of these guys. I mean, if you could take the all-time team now, I would take all 4 of these guys in a heartbeat, bro. And that would just... our whole defense would eat, I'm telling you. So, if y'all hear this, anybody on the Raiders defensive line, go back and watch film on Chester McLaughlin. Go back and watch film on Richard Seymour. Go back and watch film on the Raider greats. Because that is what it means to be a Raider, in my opinion. He only played in Oakland for 2 years. He was an impact, but his impact has already been felt in more ways than one. The younger players felt the positive impact, and Big Ben felt the impact of Seymour's fist. Some of y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Seymour plays like a true Raider with his ruthless ways. He's nasty and smart, and most likely to find his way. Find a way to get in your head. With his work ethic and style of play would make him a perfect addition to this all team. Imagine a defensive line with Townsend, Richard Seymour, Chester McLaughlin, Howie flipping Long. That would be an all-time nightmare for any quarterback, any running back. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. Linebacker. Who is your all-time favorite linebacker? Let me know in the comments below. The 6 people rocking with me. The real ones. The diehards. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. They have Teddy Hendricks on the list as a linebacker. I need some more of that Raider Nation, that Raider nastiness in the lineup. So I will be placing Ted Hendricks as a starting linebacker. I mean, okay, if that's where you want to put him. The man was a monster as a linebacker, and he would make Seymour hit on Big Ben look innocent. A guy with his intensity and attitude would make a great fit for this lineup. Anybody know his nickname? What was the nickname? Come on, somebody gotta know. For Teddy Hendricks. Kick him in the head, Ted was one of them. What was the other one? Were a couple of names that were described this player. Next on the list. Greg Beaker? I love this. I love this, man. I love this. Out of all the Raiders linebackers we've had, Beak was a dog. Absolute dog. Beaker is the perfect middle linebacker for the team. Not only his toughness, but he is also one of the smallest linebackers to ever play the game. You couldn't tell. You could not tell at all. It didn't matter how big you were. Wait, didn't he play with Christian Okoye? Was Christian Okoye? I don't know. I might have to do some research. He had over 700 tackles in a Raider uniform and would be a perfect guy to put next to Teddy Hendricks. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Just think in your head. Close your eyes. Relax. Take a dab. Oh wait, no, don't take. That's what I'm gonna do. Close your eyes. Relax. I'm just fucking and visualize. Visualize that front six already. We need to get back to that. I sent $2 to myself? How'd I do that? And why would I do that? Fucking what? Crazy. The 6-man on the field. Wait. The 6-men on the field are already enough to stop most offenses. But let's take a look at this secondary. Do y'all want to take a look at the secondary? Obviously not. People are leaving. One of the all-time greatest names in Raider history. Shout out to the GOAT. Willie Brown. Willie Downtown Brown, right? Willie Brown is tied as the Raiders' all-time leader in interceptions with 39. He is one of the best corners in NFL history. He was a big part of the Raiders' Super Bowl victory. What is fucking Super Bowl 11? What the fuck is X1? I'm just kidding with you. Victory, and would be a big part of his lineup. With the strong front lineup and this team would create, Brown would be getting plenty of picks and would be taking them to the house just like he did in the Super Bowl. Anybody know what Super Bowl it was? Somebody? Anybody? Damn. Brown would have been solid company next to the defensive backs. Would be perfect fit for this secondary. Next up on the list is not P.S. Michael Hayes, but Michael Hayes, who could be Marcus Allen's brother. Michael Hayes was one of the best corners in the league during his time and could very well be today. Facts. His nickname, the Blanket, because he could cover anyone all day and all night. And if you don't know your Raider history, go look up Michael Hayes, number 22, one of the all-time greats and legends, icons in Raider history. He would make an excellent addition to this all-time team. Not only could he cover any receiver that lined up in front of him, but he would shut down the whole side of the field. His championship swagger would also make this team more elite. The next player is very similar to Hayes in a way that he could shut down players. Anybody want to guess on who it is? My guy says Eric Allen. Nnamdi Asamoah. Okay. One of my... Man. I hated when he went to Philly, bro. One of my favorite players. Rocked the jersey. Didn't have it very long. And then... Yeah. Horrible, 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 man. Horrible. Nnamdi Asamoah could have been... I mean, what could have been if he would have stayed with the Raiders, right? Just... Oh, some coaches, some coaches. In today's NFL, it's hard to find a true shutdown corner. Nnamdi Asamoah is as close to it gets is as close to it comes to this because teams rarely throw his way, and I mean that's a fact. They threw against him more, and when he went to Philly, he wasn't near as good as he was for the Raiders. But teams did not throw on him when he played for the Silver and Black. Man, there wasn't a black shadow. It was bright silver when they looked over there with Nnamdi covering his athleticism, his hip movement, just his instincts, everything about that man. He was the epitome of the blanket as the last guy up there. So, in my opinion, he's lucky if he gets 2 or 3 balls thrown his way in a whole game. Asamoah stats won't impress many people, right? I mean, if they should impress, you should get some kind of stat for however many games, you don't get the ball thrown your way, or, you only got 1 target. That should be a stat, or in my opinion. Anyways, for people like this. But when you watch the game, you see his impact on the field, and you know why he's on the team. But you have no idea why they traded him, man. Absolutely horrible. With Asamoah Hines and Brown playing defensive backs, you have to wonder, is there even a need for a safety? But these two guys are a perfect fit. Really, is there a need for a safety? I mean, I know we're playing nickel here, right? He said we're playing nickel. Let's get into it. Number 43. Who wore 43 for the Las Vegas Raiders? Y'all ain't gonna answer me. If you watch this video and y'all want to comment in the comments, I'd appreciate it. After it's live, thank you. It's George Atkins, man. It's no secret. There's no secret. It should be a guy. If he played longer, like Ronnie Lott, also could be up there. I would throw Stuart Swaggart up there. Stu killed it for us. I loved when he played. George Atkins is tied for 5th all-time in career interceptions with the Oakland Raiders. He received the burglars breaking into the house. What? Oh. He viewed receivers as burglars breaking into the house. He made them pay in every way. Duh. He was one of the most menacing players in NFL history. He would be a perfect safety in this nasty team of guys who could play the Raiders' way. Man, I hope we get back to that really, really soon. It only seems fit that his partner is one of the most feared hitters of all time. Partner in crime. It's got to be Jack Tatum, man. I'm not going to suspense it. Got to be Jack Tatum. So, let me know what you think about this all-time team, man. All-time. Would you change anything? Could you change anything? And what do you think the record would be? Would they be the best defense in the NFL? Would they be second? Let's run through it. Defensive line. Howie Long. In the middle, Chester McLaughlin, Richard Seymour. On the other side, Greg Townsend. Linebackers, Teddy Hendricks and Greg Beekert. Defensive backs, Willie Brown, Michael Hayes, Nnamdi Asamoah, George Atkins, and Jack Tatum. I mean, that's lights out right there, in my opinion. Lights out. I wish we had a defense like that. We can only pray we have a defense like that this year. Let me get to these chats real quick, and I'm going to get the hell out of here, man. There ain't nobody in the building. Everybody's busy. I'm starving. I just got the craziest munchies. I don't know why. LOL, you singing now? I do sing a little bit. I do sing a little bit. Just fuck with you. I am not naughty. Not naughty. I live in Arkansas. Born in California, Norwalk. Grew up most of my life, more than half, in Las Vegas. Maybe he's being naughty because he wants to get spanked. Well, it depends on who's doing the spankings. I mean, if it's like Christian Wilkins or something, I'm out. I'm going to HR, bro. I'm just saying. Howie Long, Ted Hendricks, and Charles Woodson. Lyle Alzado as well could very well be on that list. You know, Burgess could very well be on that list. There's a couple guys that could be on that list. I mean, you could throw Khalil Mack on that list. I mean, if you're going new guys, Max Crosby. If you're going new and old, I mean, but can Max Crosby beat out? Can Max Crosby beat out Greg Townsend or Howie Long? Which Howie Long on the edge? I'm going to say no. I know he has the most tackles for loss. I know he has the most pressures. But as of now, no. What about Ted Hendricks? What do you mean, what about Ted Hendricks? Oh, never mind. He's saying. All right. I'm guessing before you said, oh, never mind. Shout out to the $2 smackaroo. You are the best, Rebel. Hey, I appreciate you doing your homework to me, rocking with your guy. And James Furpo said I tipped myself. Fucking bro, if you don't know, now you know. YouTube takes 35% or 45% of all tips. So why would I pay my money to YouTube? That's fucking ridiculous. That would be dumb. That would be dumb. That would be so stupid. The only thing is some of the older players couldn't play today with all the stupid new rules. Oh, they would be kicked out of every single game, bro. The Ruthless back then, and I loved it. That's facts, bro. There was no way they could play today. They would definitely have a penalty on every single play. And yeah, you couldn't get away with none of the shit that you got away with back then. I was like, what are you talking about? Had me all jacked up. He's not a rebel. He's a raider. I changed my name before Rebel changed his name. Oh, got you. Yeah. And I changed it to Unleashed Rebel because I had to take the at Raiders Unleashed because my name was too long and people couldn't tag me. So some people were complaining that they couldn't tag me in the comments. And I found out that it was because I had at Raiders Unleashed in my name. And they wouldn't let me change it to Raiders Rebel. I don't know why. But I have to wait a couple days till it processes and then change my shit back. It's stupid. So yeah, if you see it as Raiders Unleashed, I mean, if you see it as Unleashed Rebel, it's me. Eric Allen, another absolute dog. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Raider fan for life. I'm sorry it took me so long. I changed my name. So, what? Oh, I thought it was somebody else. I changed my name so they don't keep thinking you're tipping yourself, Rebel. It's stupid. I don't care. It's easily mistaken, right? You're Unleashed Raider. I'm Raiders Unleashed. I mean, but shout out for the $5 big dog tip. I appreciate you. And you didn't have to tip me $5 to tell me you changed your name. I would have seen it. But I appreciate it. I will call you Raider. Now, what is your name, if you don't mind me asking? What? Raiders! Furpo in the building. What happened? Who's Chris? What happened with Chris? Wait, what? um. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Raider fan for life. Love the name. Love the name. Forgive me if I don't remember Chris. but everybody say hello to Chris. We don't have to call him Unleashed Raider anymore, or Raider fan for life. Who's your mama? What are you talking about your mama? You talking about your mama? Are you from Cali? If not, how did you become? No, I live in Arizona near Phoenix. I'm just become a Raider fan this year. Scrolling through lives one night and started watching Rebel. What? Well, shout out to you, man. That hits right there. I'm glad you could click on my channel that nobody's on and become a Raider fan. Hopefully there's more of you. We need more subs. We are almost to 1,500, man. We are 26 away. 26 away from 1,500. Can we get there? Before the season starts. If we do, there might be something special. You never know. You never know. But shout out for you becoming a Raiders fan and not a Cardinals fan, because, I mean, we could all see why. We could all see why. Hawaiian Candy, the AOC stand. I never really watched football much, but I kept up with it until I started watching Rebels live. Nice. Love that. Love that. Rick Rock in the building. What's good? How you doing, my guy? How's your night? Salute to the Silver and Black Nation. I truly enjoy and love the nation. Yeah, man, this fan base it's fun, right? It's fun. It's exciting. There's some crazy people. There's some wild people. Come on, Furpo. What kind of question is that? How come you don't like the Cardinals? I guess somebody just pumped up the 12-5 Raiders this year. I don't know. You have all kinds of people in here now, Rebel. Nice. I like having a variety of people. Raiders. What else we got? This is dumb. We changed the name. Or not to steal Rebel. What? I don't know what's going on. Shout out to my guy James Furpo with the $2 holler in the building. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Raiders. I hope that was loud. Got it. I'm still Rebel, yes. I'm still Rebel. My name's not changing. It's just Unleashed Rebel. I think that's what I changed it to. I don't know, man. But for a minute, it'll go back. I just had to shorten it. So Colton Miller was re-signed. Great news. What? Don't be saying that. How did I miss breaking news? Oh my God. I didn't miss breaking news. It's on my phone. See what y'all do to me? What y'all do to me? No, that is not the news. What the fuck? Okay, it's not on my phone. I could have swore I just seen it. Alright, there we go. Let's go! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the nation for 3 more years. Colton Miller is back, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Our O-line is shirred up, bro, for 3 more years. Let's go. The left side, the blind side of Gino, Aiden O'Connell, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your granny, whoever is the quarterback is secure for the next 3 years. Colton Miller will be a Raider. And we still have 4 Oakland Raiders remaining. I love this move. I love this signing. Sources say Colton Miller reached a 3-year deal worth $66 million. And, you know, this comes at a great time in the show because I was getting ready to get off and end it with, are the Raiders slipping by not signing Colton Miller? Because there has been 4, 5, 6 offensive linemen that have signed breaking deals in the last week. The price is just going up and up and up and up and up and up for Colton Miller. So for them to get him 3 years, $66 million, excuse me, $22 million a year is a fucking great move, an absolute steal. Shout out to John Spytek, Pete Carroll, Mark Davis, everybody in the building for getting this done, getting it over with. We did not want to go into the season, you know, with this man not playing with guaranteed money. So shout out to the Raiders, man. Shout out to the Raiders. I love this. I love this. And shout out to my guy who just dropped that. The fuck? Oh, Joseph C., my guy, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. And thank you so much for dropping that news and making me look at my phone. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get him to 2K. Please get me to 2K. No one else has the black hole. I think everybody has a black hole. I mean, it's fucking... Nobody in football has a black hole. There will never be a black hole. There is only one nation. And if you want to rock Only One Nation merch, DM me. I will send you some pictures. Let me know what you think. If you're down, hit me up. We'll continue the process. If not, then move along. Move along. But some fire ass shit coming out, man. Austin 316, whoop ass. Whoop whoop. But yeah, there's no one has a black hole. You know, everybody tried to bite on the nation, from college football to baseball to hockey. Everybody has a nation. There's only one nation. There will only always be one nation. Everybody knows who that nation is. Whether you rock the silver and black, whether you rock that sorry ass red and white, where you rock that piss yellow and blue, you know, whether you rock that ugly ass orange and brown and blue or whatever the hell it is. Whatever color you rock in the NFL, they all know there is only one fucking nation. Always has been, always will be. Nobody can duplicate that. Nobody can replicate the black hole. Can we get the black hole back in Vegas? God, I hope so. Please show up, show out. Let's make both end zones, not just one black hole. I want 2. I want one on each side of the stadium. So when you come to Las Vegas, when you step on the field in Allegiant Stadium, no matter what side you're running the ball to, you see silver and black. You see this. You see the nation. Fans going crazy when you're trying to kick field goals, yelling, screaming, right? That's what I want to see. So let's, you know, Vegas is the home now. Whether you're an Oakland fan, a Los Angeles fan, a Vegas fan, or all three, or none of the above. Vegas is home. Let's make it home. Let's make it better than all the other places, because they will never be forgotten, nor, will they ever go away. That's our legacy. That's, where we came from. And Oakland's not going anywhere. LA will always be the Raiders, no matter what. I mean, Los Angeles is still owned by the Raiders. Come on, we all know that shit. So, man, let's turn Allegiant out, bro. Let's turn it out. Let's get not one but two black holes. Let's make it nasty. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Chris, well, Raiders suck. But to me, I don't give a fuck. Raider Nation for life. Raiders. 3-year extension. I love it. I love it, man. This is a great signing. This is huge. Alex, my guy, where you been? Appreciate you popping in. Hope everything is well. Miss you in the chat, my guy. Well, I didn't really start watching. Okay. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Sweet how they need to sign Mayer. I mean, that's coming, bro. I think that's coming. Coming quick. Rebel, do you need to break to refuel yourself? Can you get back to your amazing sense, my man? What? I don't know what that means. I don't know. I might need a minute to refuel myself. My guy Alex, Colton got paid fairly and didn't break the bank like some of the Chiefs signings, right? And he's proved a little bit more than, in my opinion. I'm gonna get back to my senses. Yeah, some of these offensive lineman signings, bro, have just been absolutely crazy. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know about y'all's opinion, but to me, they've been nuts, bro. Does that help a little bit? But offensive linemen haven't, it's been due for a long, long time, right? These guys have been overdue getting paid. The Colton money is, I'm not bitching, right? This is probably the first contract that we've signed where I was, didn't have something to say about it. I think that's exactly what I said. 3 years, $22 million. A couple weeks ago, a couple weeks before that, I'm pretty sure it was right around there. But I feel like for some reason it was dead nuts on. So, they didn't overpay him. They didn't underpay him. Colton's obviously happy. The Raiders are happy, to have him back. And like I said, I think John Spytek just needed to see what Colton Miller they were getting, right? You see on film, but you wanted to see, was he a leader? Was he vocal out there? Was he worth, wrapping up that spot for 3 more years? Or was it the fact that they brought in Charles Grant and he hasn't done shit? I mean, sorry, not done shit, but he hasn't flashed. He hasn't surprised anybody. He hasn't really made any noise out there. Could that be the possibility? I think they brought in Charles Grant in the 3rd round thinking that he was going to be that guy, right? He was going to fight for, a job. He was going to push Colton Miller this year. He was going to push Thayer Munford this year. I think that was, their thoughts and their beliefs. And I don't think it's turned out like that so far, in camp. Sorry, my phone is going crazy over here. I don't know what's going on. So yeah. Fucking phone always distracts me. Don't know what I was saying. But probably had a lot. Oh yeah. So, I think that has a little bit to do with it, is the fact that maybe Charles Grant hasn't, shined or turned heads like they thought he was going to do, and they're like, damn, we need Colton Miller because we can't wait, for this guy. It might take him till year 3 before he's ready, or year 2, right? So shout out to the Raiders for keeping their guys in-house, keeping Raiders that were drafted Raiders. This is a great, great day in history, in my opinion, for the Raiders. Say what you want to, but, it's a good day. It's a good day. It shows a lot to the people in the building, to the young guys in the building, that if you go out there, you put in the work, you grind, the Raiders will take care of their people. And I can literally say, as a Raider fan for 50 years, they haven't done that in the past, right? There's been times where, we should have taken care of guys and we haven't, and they walked. I won't name names. I thought you knew. What? What I know? It was definitely an empty stomach burp, man. I haven't ate all day. Been out there grinding, coming in here grinding for y'all. So, yeah, man, it definitely was. Yeah, Steve Austin, man. Steve Austin. I can't show y'all the back. It's got a big middle finger. Oh, well, I'm 19 and I don't follow wrestling. Well, maybe I could turn you into a wrestling fan also. I mean, shit. Yes, Stone Cold Steve Austin, because Stone Cold says so. That's the bottom line, right? It's the bottom line. He wants 2 black holes. Who doesn't want 2 black holes? I mean, 2 holes are better than 1, right? Shit, hands got to do something. I mean, I don't know. Rest in peace to the Hulkster. Oh man, that's so sad. I've always been a Hulkamaniac. I will always be a Hulkamaniac. I said my prayers. I took my vitamins. I did all the things Hulk Hogan wanted me to do. And I never made it to the WWE. But when I was growing up, they didn't have camps. They didn't have all this shit. You had to pack up everything at 18, 19 years old and move to the East Coast. And I just couldn't afford that shit. I wasn't making enough money. Or I probably would have been a wrestler after I couldn't play football. Because that is definitely one of my biggest loves till this day. So yes, R.I.P. to the Hulkster, man. All our AFC rivals can kick rocks, right? Can we get a FKC? Can we get a F the Donkeys? And can we get a F the Lightning Bolts in the chat? Please, please, please. Good to hear, man. Wonder where you been. Daniel Sports Highlights. Happy Wednesday. Hello, everyone. Appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for popping in. How's your Wednesday going? Hump day. Yeah. Hump day, 2 holes, 2 black holes. What are we talking about here? Lyle Alzado. Was a larger than life character. Salute. Absolutely, man. One of my favorite players too growing up. A guy, that I looked up to for a long, long time. Why is there 2 things up here? Weird. I don't know why I had 2 hosts. Sorry, that messed me up. I get distracted easy. Maybe I should talk about ADHD on my channel. Fuck, man. Yes, Lyle Alzado is larger than life. Was larger than life. I don't the whole cancer thing and all that shit was horrible. It was tragic. We seen a man go from, unstoppable, to being, to just to withering away, man. And it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch for me. So I don't know why I'm getting a phone call. Give me a second. Interrupting. I got to make sure this is something I don't have to tell y'all. No text message. I don't know. Nothing y'all need to know. Oh, come on. I just put it down. Jeez. I did not end my live. What the fuck? I didn't end my live. What are you talking about? My live's up and running. Can y'all see me? Comment. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. It's messed up, Furpo. That's messed up. That's messed up. Spytek is making some awesome deals, right? The contract signings, the way he structured the contract signings have all been absolutely 100% amazing. Now, the Max Crosby thing, you know, it had to be done. It was great. He got his money. He deserves it. The way they did it, you know, before Colton Miller and Jacoby kind of irritated me a little bit, but they've all been great, man. This dude is killing it. Gladiator, what's good? 7 days till kickoff. A new era is upon us. Talk that truth shit. My 2 cents. Colton in. What? The fuck you mean? Oh, I thought you meant in. I was like, oh no, he just signed. Jesus, I can't read, man. Colton ends career as a Raider. I mean, I hope he's got more than 3 more years left. That puts him at what, 32? 33? I'm not bueno. What it do, my guy? Appreciate you dropping in. And yes, shout out. Colton Miller is a Raider for 3 more years. And as my guy 2 cents says, hopefully for life, man. Hopefully for life. Shout out to everybody in the building. How did the lives go over there? Grant may eventually replace Kappa. I don't know if Charles Grant's going to replace him. I think Rogers will replace him before Charles Grant. But if Charles Grant, you know, now that the pads are on, if he can't hold his own out there, he might be moved to the guard spot, right? He might be moved inside, which would be huge for us because he's definitely athletic enough. He's definitely big enough. He has the size and the strength. And I think that would be a great place, you know, for a guy like Charles Grant and Caleb Rogers. All these guys, really. I mean, Meredith, if he's not playing center. Yes. F the lightning bugs. Colton Miller, California native, Highland. He was in the high school I played against. Jim Otto's grandson. Damn. I couldn't imagine having to go against Colton Miller. That is a mammoth of a man. You see Patty the Batty. See Patty the Batty on the Raiders practice field shaking that man's hand. He looked like he was this big, bro. This shit was crazy. Dude is monster, bro. Monster. He's absolutely monster. FKC, yes, let's go. This is all for the Rebel Maniacs. Let's go. Let's go. It's the Rebel Militia, man. It's the Rebel Militia. It's the Rebel Militia. We taking over. F the Chief says Hawaiian Candy. F the Deadbolts, Donkeys, and Queefs. Alex M got it right. Yes, all 3. F Flack. Fuck the Donkeys. Let's go. Let's go. FKC with a donkey. Yes. 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 And throw a Sherbert in the middle. Squirrel, squirrel. No, just sometimes, man. Just sometimes. That is candy. That is definitely candy. What? Shout out to John Muzak. Also, gone too soon. Yes, R.I.P. Did we do a moment of silence for John on this? I don't remember. But let's do it now. Rest in Raiders Paradise. I don't remember if I did. What? Damn, hoes got you thinking on, brother. Nah. It's not like that. It's not like that. Oh shit. I must be rubbing off on him with my squirrelness. That could be a problem. That could be a fact. Just you rubbing off on me could be a problem. um, uh, Alive and kicking. Say it to me. Wait, what? What? Okay. We getting a little Wilkins up in here. Oh, yeah, you joining the NFL, Rogers? LOL. Am I joining the NFL? I will join any NFL team for any position they want me to be. I will be the water boy. I will be the towel boy. Anything but shit. Whatever. I'll wash your clothes. I don't give a fuck. I'll be the equipment manager. If anybody's hiring, I'm in. I'll be stealing secrets if it's not the Raiders. I'm just kidding. No, if it's not the Raiders, I ain't working for nobody. Could you imagine being the Browns fan with the train wreck of a team? That's good shit. I like it. Could you imagine being a Raiders fan who have just as many losses as the Browns? I think we're one loss away from tying them for the worst, most losses over the, last 10 years? Is it 10 years or 20? 242 losses, I want to say. Oh, that was much needed. Shout out to Ice Drinks, man. When am I going to get a sponsor? Because I have 2 left. I need more. You don't get nothing done. What you talking about? What you get done? All right. So, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Moose Crazy died at 89. At 39 years ago, 39 days until the Raiders started the season. What? That is wild. Things getting a little squirrely around here. They are. They're getting a little squirrely. It could be that rumbling in my stomach. I don't know. Somebody order me a pizza. Tip your plug, man. Tip your plug. What happened to my thing? My plug thing. Hold on. Tip your Raiders plug for all your Raiders info, news, highlights when they come out, and all that shit. And I still got to figure out a way. If anybody knows, my 2 cents, do you know? I got to figure out a way to stream some shit on Discord and start posting videos over there. I think that's what we're going to do. If you haven't already, join the Discord somewhere on the community page. Should be the links. Join the Discord. Follow to Raider Militia. But yeah, man, so practice tomorrow. Come back for all your news, all your highlights, all the latest talk, all the latest standouts. But I'm going to leave you with this. What? You know how you can help me with that? Well, sweet. Help me out. Shit. DM me. In your fantasy football league, yep, bro. Fantasy football league. All right, so I have most of it completely figured out. And it's gonna be 2 because there's another league that kind of lets us all text together in the same shit. So I've been doing my research, ESPN, NFL, all these leagues. But yes, it will be posted very, very soon, within a day or 2. The fantasy league will be up, $25 buy-in. Everything will be in the community post because some people don't have social media, some people do. I'm not trying to get everybody's email, but I will be doing that soon to get everybody's emails, because we got a lot of shit going on, man, and I gotta have, you know, ways to communicate and to keep up with all you guys. So Sleeper, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Is it any good? Have you used it before? This is my first time using it, so let me know if you're down with that. But yeah, that will be where it's at. Like I said, is it on the bottom yet? I do not know if my Venmo is on the bottom. I don't think it's on there yet. I don't think I've added it, but the Venmo will be added to the bottom of the list. You see the list scrolling by very, very slow like a turtle. Why is it going so slow? But yeah, so it will be on there. Venmo will be the thing. All the instructions, everything within the next day or two will be dropped in the community post. So let me know if you're in or out. That's it. We got to do it pretty quick. It's pretty good. I ran a couple mock drafts with that league. Well, sweet. I will be messaging you, No Bueno, to get a little bit of, you know, talk off stream live and get a little bit of info. Maybe you can help me out. I'd appreciate it. Nice. Yeah, bro, I might definitely want to get in on that. I gotta make sure I can fit everything in, because I'm trying to do mine. I got 2 more I've been invited to, and you know, $40 buy-in sounds damn good, bro. Sounds damn good. Aren't you working on the building your fantasy app, Rebel? That is something that wasn't supposed to be leaked yet, but yes, there will be an app that I'm working on that is very, very close, and if it gets approved by everything, will be released. The prices will be released. It'll have mock drafts, it'll have fantasy, it'll have all your stats, pretty much PFF, all of them combined into one, updated lifetime history stats, everything for a very, very, very cheap price monthly or a lifetime fee. But that's only if it's approved and everything goes through, man. In 200 fantasy leagues already. Jesus Christ, bro. How the fuck? How do you do that? Dude, I was in 3 last year. I was only in 3. And I had 2 games on 2 different leagues that I didn't get my damn picks in time because I was so damn busy and forgot and had so much shit going on. But this year, I'm setting a reminder. If you need anything, message me, bro. Also, if you want to, let me know, and I'll get you set up. Hell yeah, definitely. I need help. I could use it. So I will be contacting you for sure, and I appreciate that, man. So yeah, that's it with the fantasy. It's a bitch to get approved on the App Store. I mean, that's the holdup. The app is, you know, got a couple things. I got people on the back end, you know, messing with. And if this hits, then, you know, shit, I might have to quit tile and get off my knees at 50 years old and not sweat my ass off outside every day. Would be a great thing. But if it doesn't, then, you know, back to the grind. But yeah, man, so a lot of shit coming. Stay tuned. Again, merch. I have so much merch on hold, ready to just be pushed a button. But again, I have to be set up, working on the website, working on all this shit. So we're growing this channel. It's going to take off. Glad you're on board. And I'll leave you with this. Can the defense finally get on track tomorrow? Because the offense in the last 2 days has been putting in work. And I know I said I wanted to see back-to-back days from the offense, you know, put it together. Also, is there a little tiff going on between Adam Butler and Caleb Rogers? We'll break all that down tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned, tune in, roll up, pack up, all that shit. Love y'all. Peace out. Raiders. Much love, my nation. Take care of yourself. Be kind to others. And remember, mental health is a big, big issue. Talk to somebody. There's billions of people in the world. Somebody's willing to listen. And it could make a big difference in your life.